Hey, I'm Mando Fresco, and welcome to Mando and Friends. Today, I'm joined by Los Rakas.
Yo. What's happening? What's good with you, bro?
What's up, man? How are you guys?
Man, just chilling. Glad to be here with you, man.
Now, I know you guys have been touring the world and have been, just in every corner of the world performing and collaborating with artists. Talk to me about this time of pandemic that has been challenging for everybody. But I know you guys have been like pivoting and just trying new things, man. How has this time been for you guys?
Man, it's just different, but you know how Racas do. We adapt. You know what I mean? That's what a Raka is, man. We adapt to whatever situation we're in. We make something out of none. We actually here in LA, but to do a virtual show. You know what I mean? And we've been doing those type of shows where you know how the basketball players perform. They playing in front of an empty crowd and stuff. That's what we're doing. We do a whole set. In front of in the room in front of an empty crowd, and then we send it to them.
And just in front of a camera crew.
In front of a camera crew. You know what I mean? And then that's how we've been getting revenue, the merch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just been taking this time to share with the family, staying creative and finding different ways of staying relevant. We actually doing every week we're doing this thing called Raka TV.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's like a TV show. Like a 1 hour TV show where we play our music, other people's music that we're feeling. We talk to our fans about our ups and downs in our career. Because, we've been doing it for 15 years now. You know what I mean? Since 2006. 14, 15 years now. So, we've been just talking to the fans and keeping the fans updated on what we're doing.
Man, that's a beautiful thing, man. How is it that, Rico, you guys stay connected to your fans, man? How does that work out during this time, since you can't reach out and hold their hand? You know what I'm saying? How does that work out right now?
Man, it just happens organic. We just be ourselves, and the people just love who we are as people. We didn't choose to be here; they chose us. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, man, we've been learning. We've been with the family and just seeing what's going on all over the world. And I feel like it's a good time because I feel like people are uniting.
Yeah,
it's bringing people together. Like, even though it's a lot of bad things going on, there's a lot of good things going on too. So, you know what I mean? It's a good thing.
So explain to me. I know you just said, Dune, you said what a Raka is, but what exactly is a Raka?
The word came from the word rakataka, you know what I mean? Which was a Panamanian word to describe somebody from the hood, but like in a negative way, you know what I mean? But, we being in the United States and we're seeing the hood is what make everything popular. You know what I mean? Everybody want to do what the hood does.
Yeah.
It comes from the hood first, and then mainstream get it, high class fashion get it, you know what I mean? But so it's like, how you looking down on us? You know what I mean? We the sauce. You know what I mean? So, and doctors come from the ghetto, teachers come from the ghetto. It's a lot of good people that come from the ghetto. So we took that word and gave it power, gave it some power. We Racas, we from the hood, but that doesn't mean that we're the stereotype that you have for us. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because in Panama, to say a Raka was you don't want to call yourself a Raka or say that somebody a Raka. It was like that, And now you see people say it and laugh and with joy. It's like, oh, I'm Raka. You know what I'm saying? Now that, you go on Instagram, you go on Facebook, you see a bunch of people with the Raka name and the Raka tat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They identify with who we are as people, because we grew up just like them. We grew up in the struggle. We come from the struggle. And that's why they mess with us,
Yeah. Let's talk about, where you guys came from. Let's talk about, you talk about the struggle, and let's talk about family. When you told your family, your parents, your siblings, your primos, like, hey, I'm gonna do this. Mostly like your your parents, man. My parents are very traditional. When I told them that I wanted to do this and be in entertainment, they looked at me sideways.
Yeah.
You know, how was that for you guys?
I can't say that it was like that for
That's good.
for us.
Well, that's a
yeah.
beautiful thing.
Yeah, like I feel like we got support from the beginning. Like everybody was with it, even our cousins. Our cousins was the ones that was like, "Oh, listen to." I remember because I was doing my solo thing, and then Dune started doing his thing, and then my other cousin put us together. Like he was like, "I want you to hear Dune rapping," and I'm like, "All right, let me hear it." And we started listening to it, and I was like, "Oh, okay," you know.
The parents, you know, like my parents, you know, I was away from my parents. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was living here in the United States with my auntie. You know what I mean? But Rico's mom was there from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know how in the soccer teams you have la madrina
Yep.
of the team. You know,
Yep.
she take care of the team. She cook for the team. She, you know,
The
Rico's
soccer mom.
Yeah, the soccer mom. She was like la madrina. You know, she come to the shows. She watch the interviews. Hey, Dun, you should say this better. Wear lighter clothes. You dark. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just little tips like that. You know, like just she was always there. You know, oh, you guys about to do this music video, or I'm about to bring something to the music video that's going. You know, she didn't say it like that, but she was just bring stuff to the music video, and people would praise us about it. But it really was Rico's mom idea. You know what I mean? And so yeah,
That's love.
she was there from the beginning. The family, the cousins.
Yeah.
It felt like it's been a struggle. You know what I mean? Our career, but I also felt like people supported us from the beginning. Like Oakland supported us from the beginning. That's why we had that confidence from the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
we had that confidence, like, you know, like, yeah, we the Knicks, you know. And that's very important for somebody coming up, you know, to feel that support from the communities, from their loved ones, you know what I mean? So yeah.
What do you think is the difference between a party and a Raka party?
Man,
That smile says it all right there.
Man, a Raka party, man, like, you can expect anything, you know, like, you for sure gonna expect people hopping on stage and dancing. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's VIP at the Raka party. Ain't no VIP table, ain't no VIP sessions at the Raka party. Everybody's mingling with everybody, you know what I mean? People come there to dance. You know, Thanks God it's not one of those parties, not one of the atmosphere where it's like, you know, you're standing on the wall and, you know, people buying bottles and, you know, it becomes a competition. You know what I mean? It's more like a spot like, you know, them parties from the 90s, them house parties from the 90s where people came to have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like, you know, us being Panamanian, I think that's what that is. You know what I mean? We had a lot of house parties growing up, you know, the family, and I feel like
Even the Hyphy era.
And even the Hyphy era, yeah.
Because we were part of the Hyphy movement.
How did the Hyphy era
The Hyphy movement
influence you guys?
It was because it was a party vibe, and so everywhere we went, people were doing, you know, going stupid, doing the turf dancing.
Yeah.
So it was a part of us too, because it reminded us of back home there was a dance called El Pique.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then El Pique, it was like, you know, they would do dances like they were like, you know, for example, they'll treat your head like it's a baseball and they'll bat it. You know, like they'll act things out.
Yeah.
You know,
Battling.
Like battling. So, but it had a little different bounce because it was dance hall.
Dope.
But then in Oakland, it was turf dancing. It was more like on some hip hop, you know, like more like pop locking and, you know, all of those different things. So it was like all of that was a part of our music. All of that is a part of who we are. You know, it's just blended in perfect.
When when that music, when was it like you know, E40 had one of the biggest songs that went major, that was like Tell Me When to Go. But there was a lot more artists from that era, from that genre, that really popped out, especially in the Bay Area. What were some of those artists that influenced you guys?
Kick the Snake.
Yeah, artists like Keep the Sneak, E40,
like Kick the Snake, you know, E40, the team, you know, Federation, Turf Tuck, you know, Jay Styling. It was a lot of, and then we were able to really mingle with all those artists and really be in the studio with all those artists and connect with all those artists and the Jaka, Hasla, you know what I mean, the whole man figure, shout out to them. And like, you know, they embraced us rapping in Spanish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we in the studio, and that's why our flow is not like a regular Latin American rapper. You know what I mean? Like we had to adapt our flow to what was going on here, even though we were rapping in Spanish, so they could feel us. Like, you know what I mean? The melody, the cadence and stuff is like on some, you know, American stuff. You know what I mean? Even though we have adding the Panamanian slang to it, and you know what I mean? So all of those movements, Panama in the Bay Area, we really blend those without even wanting to. It wasn't like, hey, we sat down together and we were like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. It was more like you just naturally flow like that.
Yeah, and that's why I be telling him, like, man, there will never be a group like us ever again. Because we grew up in Panama, where it's the mecca of reggae in Spanish, the mecca of reggaeton. But we also grew up in the Bay Area, which it was, you know, the Hyphy movement really birthed a lot of other things, you know.
Yeah.
So, and we were a part of that movement too. And we had a big song that was a part of the Hyphy movement called Soy Raka. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was in Spanish. So we were like the only Spanish rappers part of the Hyphy movement, you know, and we were like young cats. And what's crazy is that, you know, our style is like, it's just different than anybody else's.
Yeah.
Just because of how we grew up, where we grew up. And I don't think it'll ever be duplicated just because of that. You know what I mean? I think that's what separates us from a lot of other people.
Yeah, also shout out to artists like Zion I, Hieroglyphic, you know, those type of like the Grouch, Eli and the Grouch. The Grouch took us on our first tour, you know, because, you know, the Bay Area got so many styles of hip hop. You know what I mean? Yep. You got so many styles of hip hop. Also, the independent, you know what I mean? Like the Bay Area titles, the independent movement, you know, print our own shirts, print our own CDs, you know, get out there and supply and demand. You know what I mean? Like, we like when we go pass out flyers in 2006, 2007, like in New York or something. Yeah, there would be a real surprise. Like, this is you? Like, oh man, like the whole presentation. You know what I mean? Like we in the corner selling CDs. The other dudes in the corner selling CDs, but they selling CDs with a Sharpie on it. Yeah. We have the package right. We have the plastic on the thing. We have flyers and stuff, and we thinking everybody do it like that. But now it's like some Bay Area stuff, you know what I mean? So we really thankful to the Bay Area culture, Panama culture. That's why we rep it so hard, you know what I mean?
You know, when I think about Los Rakas, I don't just think about what, you know, reggaeton. I don't think about, you know, like, you know, dance hall or rap. It's like you guys have so many different type of genres within your music. And it's not like a, you know, something that many artists try to do where it's like, oh, let me try to do a reggaeton, track, or let me try to, you know, do this or that. And it's like, nah, like when you guys do it, it's organic. It's who you are. Yeah, yeah. And at the same time, like I wouldn't even, you know, put you guys under like a certain genre. Like I can't be like, oh yeah, they're, you know, fall under, because everyone's familiar with reggaeton, right? But I wouldn't even consider you guys in that, because you guys are actually like rapping and you guys are storytellers. Like how do you guys see yourself within like genres, or when people try to put you in a genre?
Man, we feel like, you know, like we're the pioneers, one of the pioneers of artists that really try everything, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, like when we first started, it was taboo for an artist to do that, like a rapper to sing, you know what I mean? And sing a love song. You know, for our first mixtape, Panabay Twist, we have dancehall, we have reggae, we have R&B, We had political songs. We had dancing songs. We had songs for the girls. You know, like so like from the beginning, we were doing that. You know what I mean? So it's not like because a lot of people, some people know who Los Rakas is. Some people don't know who Los Rakas is. So somebody might be like, oh, they trying to do what this person do. Like, no, brother. Like if you do your history, you'll see that we've been trying different genres and been, you know, pave the way for a lot of artists to feel comfortable doing that. You know what I mean?
When we say Verizon te da más, we mean it.
La red más premiada ahora incluye Disney Plus, Hulu e ESPN Plus.
Todos pueden tener lo que quieren sin pagar de más.
Y todo desde $35 por línea. The network more people rely on te da más. Cámbiate a Verizon.
Yeah, well, you know, you guys have been acknowledged by many different people, by even award shows.
Yeah.
What would he say is that award that you guys have won or have been nominated for that really stood out for you guys?
I think it's been a lot of things that I remember when we first got our logo on a Puma shoe. Like we had a collab with Puma. Like, and we're independent.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even with a major. That to me was amazing because I'm like, yeah, we making big moves.
Yep.
You know, like, and when we signed with Hennessy, when we were part of Hennessy,
yep.
Like, you know, that right there too, because we like Hennessy because of Tupac. You know what I mean?
Hennessy.
Yeah, and I remember one time on the way to the studio when we were younger, we seen Tego on a Hennessy billboard.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? Like, that's tight. Like, Tego on Hennessy. And we were like, one day we want to be a part of Hennessy.
We said that.
Wow.
And it happened, you know what I'm saying? And then the Grammy nomination, when we got nominated for a Grammy.
Yep.
It was like, yeah, like all the hard work, you know, like it meant something.
Yeah.
Because our style is very is experimental. We Los Rakas, you know, that's what we are. Like, and when you think about music, you know, it's like we all different styles, but we represent the streets. It don't matter, like at the end of the day, because it's really where we started making music, and we like to try different things. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. And then so,
you know, one of the things that really make me feel proud is how many people has our tattoo on them. You know what I mean? Because that's forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some people just like the logo, you know, and that's cool too, because it's like, damn, like our logo can stand out by itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I remember we would be on tour and somebody might have missed our performance.
Yeah.
But they come to the merch table and they see that logo and like, hey, yeah, give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. Oh man, I appreciate you guys, man. You guys enjoy the show? Oh, we didn't even see you. We just like the shirt. You know
wow.
What I mean? I love that. You know
You'll take
I mean?
that too.
we love that because we also love fashion. You know what I mean? Since the 90s, we love fashion. Not like high class fashion, just dressing nice and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't gotta be $1,000. You know what I mean? You can be dressed with under $100 and you can look fly. You know what I mean?
Yep.
that's our thing. You know I think it's like, you know, the bargain. If we could, you know, the cheaper that we pay for something that looks dope, we brag about it. Like, guess how much I got it for? Guess how much I got these for? You know, and that's our thing. Like we like to brag about it. So even when it comes to the fashion, we know that there's a lot of people that feel like us. You know what I mean? And we want to make sure that people that come from where we come from could afford our clothes and still look fly. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why our design is a little bit como callejero. What would you call it, though?
Yeah, urban, you know, urban high end.
I like that. I like it. Urban high end. I love that. I love your logo, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
What's the story behind the logo?
Man, the logo is like a mix between Panama and the Bay Area, you know. We're in Mexico, called Chavo del Ocho.
Oh,
you know, he got like the Chavo del Ocho hat because, you know, Chavo era un man humilde, you know. He got the gold tooth. Like, my mom had to go to, my dad had to go to, aunties and uncles had to go to, you know what I mean? And that's like a Panamanian culture. I asked my mom what was that about, and she said that people, when they graduated, that would be like their gift, you know what I mean?
Wow.
But then it just became like a street, like, you know, a street swag, because a lot of them people did not graduate, you know what I mean? And he got the standards without the lenses, like on some Mike Dre, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, you know, we needed a logo. We need a logo. And we went to holla people who made logo. We sat down with them. First he put him serious, you know, and then Rico was like, man, I don't know, man, because, you know, the Raka, what we're trying to represent, you know, the meaning of a Raka, you know, we don't want to make him serious, you know what I mean, put a smile on him, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, just to show, like, you know, we happy people where we from, you know what I mean?
We can't get active. You know, we could get active, but, you know, that's not what we're here for, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and then the smile, and then put the final touch, the gold tooth on him, and it was a wrap after that, man.
It took about like 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, to make that logo.
Wow.
Yeah, like we went over there, it was like beam, bam, boom. Like, yeah, like he hit us up probably like 5 years later. He was like, oh man, y'all making a killing off that logo, huh? He said, I should have copyrighted it. He was like, I underestimated it. He didn't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Like how we believed in it. He probably was like, because he did it like he didn't even, you know what I'm saying? So it's dope. You know, a lot of people like it. The kids love it. The grandparents. It's for all ages, man.
Give the man his royalties, man.
No, we paid him. Yeah, we paid him.
You know, when it comes to your music, man, it's refreshing, and I feel like every time that a new song comes out, it doesn't sound like the last song that came out. And you know, there's a lot of artists do that.
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay, well, that one, you know, worked. Let's do something like that.
Yeah.
And with you guys, it's all about, I feel, about creativity. By the way, I want to, you know, you talked about Hennessy earlier.
Yeah.
You know, we share that in common.
Yeah.
We connected because of a Hennessy partnership.
Yeah.
We went to France. We tasted the cognac out there.
Yeah.
And we saw the wineries or the distilleries and all that stuff, how it was made, which was very, very inspiring trip.
Yes.
For myself, and it seems like you know, for you guys as well. What I remember about that trip is that you guys were creating on the go. Like we were on the bus, we were on the go, we were in where we were staying, and these guys were always working. They were always like listening to music and you know, writing and rapping. They had their team with you guys as well, like working as well. And I think that's what makes you guys really stand out, because you guys have put in the work.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, it's not like, oh, we do this as a gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, nah, like it's creativity 100% of the time.
Definitely.
How easy or how difficult, I would say easy, most likely, is it to create music for you guys?
Man, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes a song might be done in a day. Sometimes a song might be done in a couple of years. You know what I mean? Right? Like sometimes some songs take a couple of years to finish. You know what I mean?
Like record and like let it just.
Yeah, let's see it. Oh, you know, it's like, yeah, some songs might take a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because a lot of like entertainers have songwriters. So it's easier when you got a bunch of people writing with you, you know what I mean? So since we write a lot of music. Like when we go into the studio, we record 7 songs in one studio session, but it's all different styles of music, depending on where we at. For example, like we was just in Miami, we were recording with their style. We wanted to see what they're about. And we just vibing and whatever comes out, you know. And then we go to different places and it's the same way. So it's just, it is all about the feeling
Mm-hmm.
for us. Like it's not really about nothing else. We just traveling and we like hippies, man. You know what I'm saying? We pulling up, we smoking weed, you know what I mean? We vibing out with the people.
Yeah.
and if it's organic, if it feels good. Because honestly, we not with the Hollywood hype. You know what I'm saying? That's not our style. Like our style is like, all right, we want to laugh. We want to see, okay, who's the funny guy in the building? Like who wants, let's start a roasting session. We want the vibe to be like if we around our family and our friends where it's not all uptight, so we just want to have fun.
Yeah, and that Hennessy trip was really inspiring because it's like 250 years. You know what I mean? Like 250 years. Like that's the goal right there. You know what I mean? Like pass it on after we pass away. You know what I mean? Hopefully when we are OGs, older, give it to our families, and then the families give it to the next family. You know what I mean? And keep the legacy going. You know what I mean? Like let's not all the hard work that we did just die down when we pass away. You gotta keep
for generations to come.
To come.
What I got from that trip is that greatness takes time. There's, for those that don't know how cognac is made, because we're pros now.
Yeah.
It lives in a barrel for a long, long time. Sometimes, like over 100 years. Sometimes this cognac lives in barrels. Then there's there are a few, like a handful of people that work for these companies, and it's a family. All they do is taste the cognac. Now, someone can taste the cognac and say, "This isn't ready yet," and then they store it for another year or so, and then every year they're testing it again until it's ready. So it's great until they know it's hit a point. And it's not just, I thought cognac was just like the way they make soda, where it's just like they put a lot of ingredients together and out comes like they fill up the bottle and they call it a day. I didn't know it could take like over 100 years to make.
Yeah.
And that's what I found inspiring from that trip, is that greatness takes time. Do you guys know about remember the eau de vie?
Oh,
remember
yeah.
The eau de vie is the water of life. And that's what they call, before it's called cognac, it's called eau de vie. Which is when lives in the barrels, it's called the eau de vie, and then they put different eau de vies in, mix it up, and then it's like, oh, it's ready, it's cognac at that point. I feel like the same way with music, right? Where you guys are creating a song and it's like, oh, it's ready.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's like,
it's
no,
not ready. Exactly. That's why some songs might be a week, some of them might take a few years. Yeah.
When we say Verizon te da más, we mean it.
La red más premiada ahora incluye Disney Plus, Hulu e ESPN Plus.
Todos pueden tener lo que quieren sin pagar de más.
Y todo desde $35 por línea. The network more people rely on te da más. Cámbiate a Verizon.
Yeah, and what would you say is what pushes you guys, what motivates you guys? Because, a 15-year career in the music industry is a great career, man. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. Not just any people quit within a few years.
Yeah.
What's your biggest driver? What's your biggest motivation to continue making music?
It's like first of all, we love music. You know what I mean? So we would make music if we getting paid from it or not. But it's like we haven't completed our job yet. You know what I mean? We done so many stuff. We done a lot of stuff, man. That a lot of we have had a great career that a lot of artists wish they had. You know what I mean? But we dream big. You know what I mean? So it's like it's only the beginning for us. You know what I mean? Like we have a lot of work to do. You know what I mean? And that what keep us inspired.
Yeah, and knowing that we want to open up youth centers all over the world, like in different places that need it, where they could come and be creative.
Wow.
And make music like how we started. Because we started in, we started in the streets, but then there was also youth organizations around Oakland that had music programs, arts programs, and so that's where we also went to go polish our craft, and that really helped us because that really took us out the street. Like in between, we were doing our little things that could get us in trouble.
Yeah.
But thank God that nothing happened. That those times in the studio you kept us out of trouble. So we want to do the same thing in different countries, man. Like we would love to do it. Starting off back home in Panama, and in different places wherever we could open up a different one because it can make a difference for real.
Yeah. Why is it important for you guys to give back, you think?
I think it's just in our bloodline. I think it's just something that is inside of us because I feel like when I look back at my family tree, I feel like my family is like that. My grandfather in the city from Panama is called Panama Viejo, and he was the sports director for the community. He didn't get paid for none of that. He was always trying to help the kids and keeping them into sports. And then my grandma is always helping people, like my aunties and everybody. And then, we got family members that it's not even our bloodline. It was just that this kid didn't have a home and then he became family. And then, my mom, she likes organizing things and she used to be the president of the Panamanian chapter of the Bay Area.
Wow.
And because I think it's just something that's in us, and it feels like it's the right thing to do to help other people and to give them hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then a lot of people helped us. It's like we had a rough life, but I feel like we have angels along the way that whenever we needed something, they were there. So it's like returning the favor, man. And we also want our city, our country, to get the love it deserves. You know what I mean? Because it's like in Panama is where this whole Spanish urban movement music started. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know. So we want to rep and create that movement too.
You guys, where you're from, you're very proud of growing up or being from Panama. Which I haven't gotten the invite yet, by the way. I don't know when we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I just keep hearing you guys saying how beautiful it is, but I've yet to witness it myself, man. So I'm still waiting for that invite. But there's a lot of artists that come out, especially Sech is from Panama, who's got a nice buzz right now. You guys have collaborated with everybody from Snoop to D Smoke, and right now who's popping too, out of LA. What artists is there who you guys haven't collaborated with that you love to do so?
It's a lot of them, and we get stuck every time. It's a lot of them, I really want to work with Missy Elliott,
Wow.
Rihanna. Would like to work with Drake. It's just anybody that because we charge for our features, right? But if we in the right studio in the right time with the right artists, like that, we feeling like we vibe out. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be famous. You don't gotta, if we see that you're passionate about what you do, you're talented, we rock with you. You know what I mean? So those artists. What about you, brother?
Yeah, like that. Like it doesn't matter. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, what? Usually people want to front, and I say this, but I feel like I've done so many things musically that I want to try to like write music with other people, So why not? It doesn't matter if you got, 1 million followers or whatever, as long as everybody's ready and hungry and we want to create the best song in the world.
Yeah.
Something like that.
During this pandemic, people have been collaborating, obviously not always being in the studio, especially like early on when the pandemic first hit. How have you guys transitioned during that time when it came to like recording music or collaborating? How have you guys had to pivot during the pandemic?
Oh man, we haven't stopped.
I
Nah,
love
for
it.
sure. Nah, it's been dope. It's been a lot of inspiration. It's been a lot of good music that we've been recording. We're excited about the new songs that we finna release. We finna release a song. What is it? This week or next week? No me digas nada. The video we shot in Europe. Releasing that one. No me digas nada. We shot a video in Europe, and that song right there. What I like about that one is it's like, we've been living our life however we want to live it. Don't judge us. I feel like everybody is cares too much about what other people is doing. And everybody should do whatever they want to do. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. That's just life. We live, everybody's going to contradict themselves. That's just what it is. That's what makes us not perfect. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like this song is like, it's a reflection of that. Like, everything, that we doing is like, we don't care what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we're going to do different genres of music and we're going to try different things, that we, I feel like, we did start off rapping, but just because you see two black kids doesn't mean that we just rappers. And when we were nominated for a Grammy, we decided we didn't want to put our faces on there so they wouldn't think that, oh, it's a rap album. We wanted you to feel the music. It's an experience because
Wait, talk to me about that. Like, what do you mean you didn't want to put your faces out there? How did that work out?
We just felt like if they see the both of us right here, they're gonna be like, oh, the rappers, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't want that because the album had different styles. It had different sounds. It had alternative. It had a little bit of dancehall. It had a little bit of reggaeton.
Yeah.
Some rap, So it was like an experience. And then if you was to see us on the cover, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, the rappers.
Yeah.
The music, it's not just one genre of music. You can't just put us in the category of hip hop, reggae, dancehall, reggaeton. You got to put us in a category of alternative. When we were nominated for a Grammy, we were nominated for Latin rock, alternative, and urban. So that's 3 different genres of music because we had mixed it all up. You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
Yeah,
That's dope.
And it was a great experience making that album because what it is about us when we make music is that in every album we're not just in one place.
Mm-hmm.
Like we go to New York and we capture that sound over there. We go to Florida and we capture the sound over there in Florida. We go to Panama, we go to Mexico, we go to Colombia. And it just brings something, I don't know, it's something about traveling to these places that bring a different energy out of you. You know what I mean? And some of it people might love it and some people might not love it and some people might love that one. It's it's just a mix of whatever. It's like us throwing all kind of paint on the canvas.
Yeah.
And enjoying it and having fun with it.
When we say Verizon te da más, we mean it.
La red más premiada ahora incluye Disney Plus, Hulu e ESPN Plus.
Todos pueden tener lo que quieren sin pagar de más.
Y todo desde $35 por línea. The network more people rely on te da más. Cámbiate a Verizon.
Is there an artist that people would be surprised that you guys are into?
Like maybe Maná.
Nice, Maná.
Maná, I like Maná.
Rock en español.
Sí, rock en español porque en Panamá en Panamá escuchamos de todo. ¿Tú me entiendes? En Panamá, gracias a the building of the canal, we got a lot of different culture. We got a lot of Chinese influence, French influence, United States influence, all kind of people from India, you know what I mean?
Hey, I just want to put it on here. Panamanian Chinese food, the best Chinese food in the world. That's it. It's different.
Panamanian Chinese food?
Panamanian Chinese food.
Where do I get that though?
Well, you gotta go to Panama. You go, you know, I mean, once you get the invitation, you know, we're gonna take you.
Let's work on that first.
We're gonna take you. Yeah, but in Panama, we listen to all kind of music. So naturally, you know what I mean, we like Enanitos Verde, you know, Joan Sebastian, you know, Pepe Aguilar, Los Bookies, you know what I mean? Haitiano, we listen to Haitian music.
Wow.
Yeah, we listen to Haitian music. I want to say something too on the mic. Now we just and in the Bay Area, we just a melting pot. I don't know. I feel like God put us in the Bay Area, put us in Oakland from Panama, because we supposed to do big things.
Yeah.
And you know, when it's all said and done, I think, you know, the same way you look at people like Jimi Hendrix, people like James Brown, different artists that left the print because they were different. This is what they brought to the game, and from their style, a lot of other things happened. I think that you have to put us in there because of what we have been able to do independently, what our logo, how our logo has impacted the urban game, not only in the American game, but also in the Spanish world, in the urban Latin world. So, you know, and then we haven't stopped. We still making great music. Like, we just take our time with this, man.
Yeah.
Like, we're not in a rush. We're not in a competition with nobody.
It's not a race.
No,
it's a marathon.
Yeah, it's a marathon. Like, real talk, like what Nipsey said. You know what I mean? And for us, it's like after being nominated for a Grammy, it's like, no, everything we want to do is like aiming towards a Grammy. Like, we're not thinking about nobody else. We just want to make great music that, you know, impresses the Academy, that everybody enjoys. Yeah, like, we want to keep making music for our homies. You know what I'm saying? I like making music for my friends because they the ones that be like, nah, bro, you going too soft. Rico, you always want to be singing, man. When you gonna rap again? Be like, bro, I got some rap songs, you just haven't heard it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get in there, you know what I'm saying? So
You talk about icons. A big icon that came from Panama went by El General. Talk to me about El General.
Man, El General is just, till this day, you know, I mean, people want him to come back out of retirement. Like, if El General do a tour next year, he'll become like a trillionaire. You know what I mean? He gonna fill stadiums everywhere, bro, because people miss him still, man. And that was like early 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? General definitely paved the way for Latin artists all over the world, but in United States too. You know what I mean? Like, I heard stories like Biggie opening for General. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that, you know. So he been doing stuff like that since back in the days, and he had the swag. He get the party going. You play a General in any party, it's gonna get the party lit, man. You know what I mean? So, I mean, shout out General. Rico seen him one time in Panama, right?
I was at the gym getting it in Panama, and I look up and he looks at me because he's tall, and then I smile at him. I just give him like a head nod, and because we were the only the reason why we spotted each other, because we were the only black kids, black people in the gym. So, and I was like, man, that's El General. You know what I mean? Like, wow, for real. Like, I'm right here working out with El General. Like, I don't think y'all listening to me. I said I was working out with El General.
No,
you know what I'm saying? That's a legend. That's like what I was talking about, all them icons, Jimi Hendrix, El General is a part of that, you know? He impacted. Like, when you talk about reggaeton, you have to say El General.
Yeah.
You know?
No, 1,000%. What does El General mean to Panama?
I tell you the truth, some people, it's like some people got mixed feeling about General, you know what I mean? But us, personally, we love General, you know what I mean? Great artist, just left a legacy for Panama, you know. Even when we go on tour, when we would go on tour, like with the white audience, you know, oh my God, you guys remind me of General, you know what I mean? So like he he paved the way for us, man. You know,
Yeah.
general is a general. You know.
Yeah, man. Now I have some rapid fire questions for you guys here.
For sure.
That's what we're gonna
Put the mic right here in the middle.
and end this off. How you know what I'll do? I'll ask you 4 questions, Dune, and then I'll ask Rico 4 questions.
For sure.
All right.
All right.
So you can ask as I'm sorry, you can answer as fast as you want.
Okay.
And if you want to, clarify, go a little deeper into why you're choosing this and not that, you can. All right. All right.
Sure.
So
Okay.
arroz con coco or tacos?
Arroz con coco.
Easy,
I I mess with tacos though, but arroz con coco. My mom especially.
Best rapper of all time?
Tupac came to my mind.
Favorite Spanish show?
Don Francisco. El genio de Derbez. Yeah.
Wow.
I used to miss school. Like, I used to go late to school because Derbez landed like 30 minutes when Derbez.
Derbez. Legendary.
Legendary. We met him. I said, I found out. I'm like, Derbez right there, bro. Took a picture with him. He dope.
Con Eugenio.
Eugenio.
Eugenio Derbez.
Yo le llamo El Genio Derbez.
Eugenio. I like that. Last one for you, Dune. Favorite Latino food dish?
It's so many, man. Man, I gotta go with the arroz con coco, con gallina, and ensalada, with una limonada. And I'm thinking about my mom right now. She makes it the best.
What? Wait, real quick, Dune.
Yeah.
Tell me the difference between gallina and pollo, because I know it tastes different.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't really know. I don't really know. Yeah, that is a good question.
But it tastes different.
Yeah,
it?
I think so. Yeah.
Like I've had what is it, like caldo de gallina or something like that, and it tastes different, man.
Yeah,
it's not like caldo de pollo.
Yeah, caldo de gallina. It makes you sweat when you're eating that thing. It's just yeah. But it is different though.
All right, dude. Thank you, brother. All right, Rico.
That's funny.
Funniest person alive?
Dave Chappelle.
Green or red salsa?
Green.
Best song ever made?
My computer chip is just freezing up.
What's your favorite song of all time?
It depends on my mood. Like,
if you had to choose one right now, what's in the mood that you're in right now?
You're on an island where you can only listen to that song.
Let me see. What kind of island though? Is it? Am I in trouble? Is it a war? Am I in peace?
You're on vacation on the island.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're feeling good.
You know what? I think I will have to listen to some Bob Marley. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna listen to what's the one that I like? The Rebel Music.
And lastly, Rico, something you're horrible at.
Communication.
There it is, man. Yo, Los Rakas, thank you so much for coming, guys.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Much love for you guys, man. I know you guys are gonna kill it. The new single's out now. It's called
Déjala for sure. Mr. Carmack. Make sure you guys check it out on all the digital platforms. We got a video coming soon called No Me Digas Nada. Man, thank you guys. Thank you for having us, brother. We had a good time. Everybody out there, make sure you support our music, man. The Raka movement is a grassroots movement. So tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody, man.
Los Rakas, Mando Fresco, and this is Mando and Friends presented by Verizon.